Ari, thank you so much for joining us today. Really excited to have this chat. If you could just tell the audience real quick, a quick summary of what your business is and what it offers.
All right, so I am the founder of the Performance Therapy Academy, and what we offer is continuing education for the alternative health industry. So helping to bridge the gaps between the medical side, the alternative side. We do really high scale, up-level elites kind of training, get into program design and development. How do you get the results that you want with the clients that you have in front of you? So it's really kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And I guess there's a lot of things out there when you say the continuing education. And for me, when I was, getting my hands dirty in the health and fitness world, I didn't even know where to go or which one to choose. So who are you talking to here? Who is the customer or the person watching that you can really help?
So the personal trainers, the chiropractors, the manual therapists, the massage therapists, the physical therapists, people who actually are putting hands on bodies and training the bodies, the people who are working with movement, that kind of thing, kinesiologists. So those are the targeted professions that we're working with.
All right, perfect. And you kind of shook your head yes when I said in the industry, you don't really know where to go or what to look for when you want to continue your education.
Right. Well, unfortunately, we have a kind of disconnect in the industry between our primary education and the continuing education. So what you get at your school is usually just this generalized information. And if you want to specialize in anything, you've got to take continuing education credits. They're actually required, but most people just do them because they're required. Right? So the quickest, cheapest, typically online version of a course that they could find. And so in the industry, it's really hard to find great education that actually teaches you the hands-on skills that you need in order to increase your results and get the clients going where you want them to go. So
I think that actually is that's a business talk also, because if you just are getting by, you're just doing it because you have to, so you can keep working with your clients. You're not really offering anything new or other services. So what if I went and I took a class to continue my education, but I built a whole new branch to my business? Is that kind of something you guys offer?
Yeah, absolutely. If say we have a PT come in and they want their entire clinic to kind of have an upgraded level of skills, right? So we can literally go in to that clinic, find out what the needs are that they're missing, and then educate them both on the physical side of doing their practice. So how do they get better results? But also, what do they need to do to maximize the return on their investment of space? How do they get their employees to be on the same page with them as far as increasing revenue together? Most people are leaving a lot of money on the table with just not knowing how to maximize what they have now. And so they're always struggling for that, how to get leads, right? But what do you do with the leads once you get them?
Right. Yeah, exactly. They always say upselling is, a lot of companies make 3 times revenue by upselling. And it's not, upselling is not the same thing, but by offering, you're still staying in your lane. You're not starting a whole new business over here where you have to devote half your time. You're staying in what you're good at, but just you're able to work with a different variety or bigger variety of clients, right?
Absolutely. And think about it this way. If you're working as, let's say, a personal trainer, that's what you were, right? You had a gym, you're a personal trainer, and you're working with clients to lose weight, for instance.
Yeah.
But you have somebody who comes in with diabetes. How do you train them?
Yeah.
Do you know how to train them so you don't cause the diabetes to get worse? Do you know how to train them so that their hormones will start to balance and work properly so that they can actually eliminate diabetes? Same thing with thyroid conditions and other things. If you train somebody more than 22 minutes, their cortisol levels jump. Hormones go out of whack. HGH, when cortisol goes up, HGH goes down. That's what makes your muscles get bigger, right? So if you're working out and you're being trained by somebody who doesn't know how to work for hormone balance, guess what? They're not going to get the results that you want, and they're not going to increase their business. But even more so, if you have the skill set to work with those special populations, guess where your income goes? Guess where your referrals come from regularly, steadily. And when you get a referral from a doctor, that client is for life.
Yeah.
Right? Because they listen to their doctors. People listen to the professionals. So if you have a doctor that you can work with because you know how to work with their kind of client, their special populations, your income just skyrockets.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, I really like the angle you come from. You're in there to not only, help the professional, but now the professional is able to help more people. And that's why we all got in the business, right? Because we wanted to help people. And so we kind of get lost. Oh, I'm helping a ton of people. I'm not sure if I could take more. So what would you say to somebody that thinks they have a full schedule? This is something that maybe they could raise their prices. And
Absolutely. So on average, when you learn medical exercise skills and training skills, you increase your income by approximately 60, 62%. So let's say you're working with 100 clients right now, okay? And you're making 10 bucks an hour. I'm just using that for basic math.
yeah,
10 bucks an hour.
That's
okay?
easy.
So you have 100 clients, you drop it to 50 clients, but now you're charging 20 bucks an hour. Right? You're making the same amount, less clients.
Working half.
Now here's the cool part. Let's say you bring in an apprentice. Now you're charging, let's go to a higher number. You're a medical exercise professional. Instead of being a $50 an hour, you're a $100 an hour person now, okay? Or a $120 an hour person. But you have apprentices. So they can take new clients. They can take the clients that you may not want to serve or things like that in quite that way. So now you have apprentices that you can still be making the money on their work while you're doing less work, making more money because your skill set is up to par with that, right? Yeah. So the apprentice is making less. They're learning the skill set. Wow. But you're making the money because you're getting the results. As a trainer, as a therapist, you're getting results, and that's what you want to get. Longevity in the industry happens with results and with really caring about the people in front of you. And if you don't have the skill set, you can't do that really caring part because you're always trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, or how to get more people.
Or how to get more people to do less with more.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. All right, so we're all interested. How do we get started? So tell us where we would actually go to maybe find a good course or find out or who to contact, someone like yourself.
Right. So you can go to achievhealthusa.com in order to find out more about the Performance Therapy Academy and the Level 1 and Level 2 course that we're going to be doing. We also have resources, like we'll be in June in Denver. We have resources, classes for all kinds of different things, from life coaching to cancer prevention to a thing called The Way Through, which is all about stripping yourself of all the things that are holding you back so you can get through yourself into the next you that you want to be in. So we have all kinds of cool resources for the industry.
And let's say
in June.
Yeah, let's say we come to the event in June. What should we expect? We get there, we show up for the first event or whatever's happening. What should I expect if I were to join?
Okay, so during that week, you're going to expect to connect with some amazing people that you'll consider to be family at the end of the weekend. It's kind of wild how that works, but we connect really deeply, really fast. You can expect to have some amazing speakers. We have a Guinness Book of World Records speaker who is literally about to break his own record and climb all 7 peaks and finishing with Mount Everest on his 83rd birthday. So yeah, he just got done. On his 80th birthday, he just finished climbing Kilimanjaro again. And so he'll be speaking. We have this lady, Heshi, who has 1.5 some odd million followers because she started a Facebook page that is all about raising positive awareness. So positive stories. It's called So Share This. And it's amazing because it's all positivity. So you can expect to get meditation. You can expect to get education. You could expect to get family. You could expect to get networking, and you can expect to walk away from that weekend with enough skills that you can implement directly the next day in your business in order to turn business around. You'll learn how to make partnerships and how to get better results.
Wow, that's incredible. You know, that's one benefit that really worked for me. I was able to connect with some local doctors in my area, and just the networking, right? And those word of mouth referrals, we all know are the best, but it just took it to a whole nother level when you get out and network.
Yeah, and when the word of mouth is a referral on a prescription pad from a doctor, right?
Yep.
That word of mouth is better than anything for credibility, for longevity, for income that you can find. And the only way to get that is by raising your skill set.
Awesome. And I know you didn't mention yourself. I think you're speaking at the event in June.
I'm not speaking. I'll be teaching that weekend. I actually spoke at the last event, so I'll be speaking again in October on a subject that will rock. You'll want to be there in October, yeah.
Well, give us a quick. I know you have a long journey you've been through it. Just give us a quick summary how you went from here to helping people with their business to speaking.
Okay, so really quick, my background for 23 years, I've been an injury rehab therapist, specifically with the Olympic, Paralympic, and professional athletes, helping them go from injuries to gold medals and world championships. So when you do that kind of in the background. You're what I call the entourage, right? Yeah, you don't know who Tiger Woods' trainer is. You just know Tiger is doing what he does. So I was one of those guys in the background that nobody really knew who I was or what I was doing. Yeah. But then all of a sudden the athlete would be a champion, and
That's cool.
that was my background. So I went from that. When I moved to Florida, I where I moved, there's not really a big athlete population. And so I was trying to think, well, what do I do at this point to continue my legacy? And so the best thing I could think of is to teach. And if I could clone myself a little bit, maybe just some of the ways I think about how to go about healing people and working with people's bodies, maybe I can make a bigger impact on the world and have an effect on more people than just who my hands can touch and whom I personally am in contact with. So that was how I became a teacher, how I created the course. And my entire family is educators. My mom's a teacher. My brother's a high school teacher. And so I think that speaking and teaching has just been where I was meant to go, regardless of how many times I tried to avoid it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's awesome. So then you got into speaking. What do you like about speaking? How does that benefit people?
Well, watching an aha is really cool, right? When you're on stage and you say something and an audience responds with I didn't think of it that way. It's an aha moment, and you could see the light bulbs go off. Yeah. And then you get a call later on, I implemented what you said, and it's changed my business. That is one of the best feelings a person can get, to have that kind of an effect on somebody's livelihood, who then has an effect on a lot of other lives. And so that's how I got into that.
So Ari, you're a leader in this industry, and a lot of people look up to you that I've noticed, and you're speaking, you're helping people. And I think even speaking, you're able to help more than just one person at a time. So by doing courses online, speaking in front of people, you're able to continue your passion by helping people in the masses without having to just do one-on-one all the time. And I think a lot of us can learn a lesson from that also.
Oh, absolutely. In business, being a speaker is the highest paid profession. If you could walk into a room and inspire people and conquer your own personal fear around what that looks like.
Yeah.
Right? Judgments. I'm a big guy, right? I'm a pretty large guy, and I'm in the fitness industry. You think I might have had a few self-conscious moments about being in front of a bunch of trainers who are all buffed out, muscled out, tattooed out, looking good, and I'm sitting there telling them how to run a business and how to get better results, right? So you've got to conquer those self-esteem moments in order to be on stage. But when you do, and when you can share something that touches somebody to their core,
Yeah.
it's the greatest feeling on earth. And one of the nice things for me is that I get to learn and relearn the thoughts that are in my head when I teach them,
Interesting.
right? So I get to recycle and relearn concepts that I may not be applying, right?
That's
So
pretty cool.
I get to remind myself of the things that I know that I haven't done, and I get to improve every time I do it. Every time I get on stage, every time I go over what I'm talking about, I get to learn from myself and from my past. So,
And I think you can see what those people actually need too. You have a big group of people, and if 50% of them go like that, you know that's something they need, the majority of the people need, and then you can keep educating and helping with that one problem that they're experiencing.
oh, absolutely. One of the things I love doing is pop-up questions,
Yeah.
and I'll do pop-up like I did a talk in front of a bunch of chiropractors and alternative health doctors, acupuncturists, and so forth. And I was talking about partnerships and how they can compile partnerships. And I'll give you an example. This is for one of the strength and conditioning people that was there. So you know this, you're a strength and conditioning coach. You're out there. You're only working with these bodybuilders, pretty much, or athletes going to football, right? Because that's who needs the strength and conditioning. Now, imagine for a second that you, as a businessman, decide I'm going to go over to the local warehouse where I know that they've got about 50 union workers that are lifting on average 100-pound bales all day long, 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Right? And you, as a strength and conditioning coach, go to the boss and say, hey, I can help you and your employees lift more, hurt less, lower your workers' compensation,
Okay.
right?
Get
Lower
more done.
insurance costs. Now, all of a sudden, instead of having to go after one client at a time, you got 50 ready-made clients that you can go and teach, that you can go and show how to do strength and conditioning. Now you have a corporate contract. You're going to get some of those people who are out of weight, out of shape, wanting to get in better shape as personal clients. So now you have a corporate client, you have a personal client, and you have the family.
Wow.
Because you're going to have influence now out of those 50 people on typically 4 people at least, right? For every person, you have at least 4, typically with a family, a wife, 2 kids. This is an average,
Average.
right? So think about it. You just got 200 potential clients out of one stop.
Wow.
So somebody was able to wherever I go for strength and conditioning, and I can like pop out places like that. I love being able to do that, come up with solutions in the moment that can really affect people now.
And that's awesome. Those are great points. And I think a lot of people are closed-minded or haven't even thought about that. Something super simple, but it takes a good coach or consultant like you, Ari, to point those things out and how they can implement it into their life, because not everyone's going to fit that mold. Everybody needs that different path there.
Right. It might be a completely different way of going and different solution. One of the nice things after 2 decades of being in the industry is that I've made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I've made tons. I've spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on mistakes, on experts, on mentors, on things that have moved me forward every single time. Right? And so
help others with that.
You get my expertise. You get my mistakes. You get to learn from my failing forward.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So that's pretty cool.
And take that money you spent, use it for ourselves.
Yes, please.
So I always say in this part of the interview, if somebody's stuck with us this long, they're ready to sign up. So if they've gotten through the last 15, 20 minutes, they're ready to sign up. They're interested. Where are they going to reach out? Where are we going to reach out to get in contact with you and get started?
All right, so you can email me at info@performancetherapyacademy.com. You can go to achievehealthusa.com and you'll find, you can navigate around. You'll find what the June conference is, what classes we're teaching. You can sign up for a course, level 1 or level 2, or you can just give me a call and email me. Ask me any questions that you have about your particular business, your particular situation and scenario, and I can see if I can be of service and help. So we can schedule one-on-ones, little 15-minute consult for your business to see if you're a match and you're a fit.
That's awesome. I know you have a scheduler on your website they can use and easily get in contact with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm available for those kind of people who are really interested in up-leveling their education, up-leveling their skill set, and really making a larger impact on the community as a whole. I like activists. I like people who want to learn and then want to take that knowledge and go out in the world and teach it to others and actively pursue educating and uplifting the society. So those are my kind of people. And yeah, so they can go and check it out.
Cool. And I know you have some great testimonials. I've enjoyed watching some of those videos that are on your site. So I want to encourage everyone watching, check those out. Reach out to Ari. He's a leader in the industry. If you need any help with your business or continuing your education, Ari's the man to go to. And definitely check out that event in June. We're even thinking about that also. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to having HylthLink there
for this interview. We'll post the links above or below. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, Ari, and keep up the hard work.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey there, my name is Brad Smith, owner and founder of HylthLink.com. It's my mission and my passion to help others with their business. So if I can be your coach, your mentor, or help you in any way, that's my goal. My goal is to bring you value. So let me know if there's anything I can help you with, and I look forward to working with you.